Hey guys, today I want to talk about how to choose your trainer. So you're looking for personal training. You're looking for someone to train you. You don't know what to do exactly. You don't know a plan. Maybe you need some motivation. What are you gonna do? How do you choose your trainer? Do you just go to a gym, sign up? Like get any trainer. Um, so as far I don't wanna do some bad advertising, but it's very hard, right? It's very hard to find someone who is competent, who knows a lot. Um, Also, like in the gym, you gotta trust your trainer, right? And I see also in the gym people not listening to me, and I'm like, maybe they just don't trust me, and it's okay, that's their opinion, that's their choice. Um, for example, like food, yeah, they still do, they want to do crunches. I tell them you won't get a flat belly, you won't lose just belly fat if you do crunches. No, still want to do crunches. And then we do crunches, and after some time they ask me, yeah, my belly fat is not hasn't come down a bit, right? And I'm like, yeah, how's your diet? No, same. Like, you gotta lose fat, right? And no, yeah, but we're doing crunches. I'm like, come on, I told you that, right? So maybe it's a trust issue in what you tell them. And also, maybe it's sometimes laziness because people don't want to do any diets. And yeah, you don't have to do a strict extreme diet, just cut down on calories. Depends on how lean you want to get, but like if you're really overweight, yeah, you just need to cut down on food and nutrition, right? Watch your nutrition, and it's 70-80% nutrition and the rest is training. So yeah, but back to the topic, how to choose your trainer. So I think today finding someone online is really good, or maybe word of mouth, like a friend who can recommend you someone. But there's so much information in the internet, right? How do you know which one is right, which one is wrong? It's also hard to tell. I think at some point you just have to try. I personally would recommend to train with someone privately, like an independent trainer, just because it's not the doesn't mean that they have more knowledge or anything, but just I know it in gym where I was working, you have like a very limited time, right? You have like blocks only maybe half an hour or 45 minutes, and you know so you need to find someone that trains privately, independent, and a little longer session. Like half an hour is not that much. You can get a lot of done in half an hour, to be honest, but especially in the beginning, you want to rest between sets. Also, like later on, but especially in the beginning, you need time to get the exercise done right, to get a good explanation for the exercise, and this is just very hard in half an hour. And also a good plus is if you have, yeah, I know, if you have a cheaper trainer, they have probably more clients and not that much time for you. If I have a more expensive one who doesn't have too many clients, then he takes time for you. And also, and that's a thing that's very common among trainers, that they get burned out, right? Because it's just very exhausting working all the time close with people. um, so and at some point maybe your training is suffering because he just doesn't care anymore, or she doesn't care anymore about the training, because they just tired of it, right? And yeah, and I saw also trainers very expensive with a very high reputation doing some bullshit exercises. I'm sorry, I'm very sorry, but it's just pure bullshit. It's just terrible exercises, and they look fancy and they maybe feel fancy, but you work always the same muscles and you have no progressive overload. You don't have you're doing not even cardio. You're doing just some weird movement that feels fancy, and just get out of here. Don't do that. That's bullshit, right? You don't want to do that. You don't want to waste your money on that. You need someone with a lot of knowledge, and this is very long this video already. So try it. Maybe try not to do a too long of a contract, right? Not like maybe a few test sessions, right? Read yourself, so read stuff, check the internet. If you have like the feeling that does not feel right, maybe go on Reddit or something and ask people what they think about their training, their art of training, right? If he gives you just 5 days a week, just leg exercises, and you're not sure, go on Reddit and ask them. They will tell you your trainer's shit, right? Change trainer. So don't do too long of a contract. Try year round. Maybe someone can recommend you a trainer. Yeah, just try to find out. Maybe go online, social media. There are a lot of good trainers, but also like online training is a good option in my opinion. To get like help with the plan, like a cheaper option, getting help with the plan. I also want to build up like online plans and to help people to make it a little easier, right? And yeah, that's it. You can choose whoever you want. I'm trying to offer some online training too. If you're interested, shoot me a message, send me a message, or do an inquiry or naco-shop.com. I have like for personal training, I have an inquiry there. It's probably more in the online right now, but yeah, it's we can talk about it. But yeah, that's just a plan of mine. But that's general advice to find a personal trainer. And for more information, for more gains, follow me.